Good morning, guys. We are in Inglewood today, which is a separate city from Los Angeles, but it is part of the LA Metro. It's another one of those enclaves that is completely surrounded by LA, but it does have its own separate government. Geographically speaking, we are directly west of where we were last week, and we're directly east of LAX. So this is a city that's right next to the airport. And as such, there are a lot of attractions here. There's a lot of stuff to look at here in Inglewood. So this is probably going to be another jam-packed walk. Inglewood has some very interesting music and film history, as well as just history in general. And the entire city has a very up-and-coming vibe to it, which I think is evidenced by the fact that it hosted the Super Bowl. So I'm really happy to finally be covering the area today because I've visited here enough times to know that it's a pretty cool place to spend a day, no matter what you're here for. So that's what we're going to be doing today, so hope you guys enjoy.
Look at any opinionated list of the best coffee shops in LA, and Hilltop Coffee and Kitchen almost always is on there. It's easy to see why, and I agree with the assessment. It's a beautiful and productive space, serving amazing coffee and great food located in downtown Inglewood. Downtown Inglewood actually has two of my favorite coffee shops in the city. We will be visiting the other one later. Central Inglewood is a pleasant area to walk, with lots of little shops and a noticeable skyline. We're going to explore downtown and Inglewood's history a bit later. Inglewood Park Cemetery is a huge key location in the city. Many of the area's original settlers and around 36 Civil War veterans are buried here. This is also the site of Ray Charles's grave. When it comes to what Inglewood is known for, that depends on who you ask. For many visitors especially, it's the stadiums at Hollywood Park.
Alright guys, so this is the section of Inglewood that's probably the most famous at the moment. This is where all the stadiums are. In front of me you've got the Kia Forum right here. Behind that is the SoFi Stadium. That's where the Super Bowl was last year. And then behind that, you've got the YouTube Theater and the Hollywood Park Casino. We're going to take a closer look at each of these in a moment.
First up is Kia Forum, opened in 1967. This is an indoor arena that has been used for concerts, entertainment, sports, even boxing matches. The 1984 Summer Olympics basketball was hosted here. This used to be the home of the LA Lakers and Kings until 1999, when they moved to the Crypto.com arena. Practically all the big names in rock and roll through the 1960s and 70s had shows here, such as Led Zeppelin, who had 16 shows here, Elvis, The Doors, Rolling Stones, Jimi Hendrix, Black Sabbath, Kiss, The Eagles, Queen, Linkin Park, so many more. It's a huge arena originally built for sports, making it a coveted concert venue. The SoFi Stadium next door is much newer, opened in 2020 as the home to two NFL teams, LA Rams and Chargers. This modern stadium hosted the 2022 Super Bowl and is scheduled to host the 2028 Summer Olympics. While the Kia Forum is very multi-use and nowadays is mostly used for concerts and entertainment, this is where all the sports happen. A fun fact about this stadium: because it's so close to the airport, it had to comply with FAA regulations and not exceed 200 feet in height. That's why the field is 100 feet below ground. The office building in the distance is the NFL Media Office, outfitted with production studios, workspaces, and collaborative areas. This is their West Coast headquarters. Their main headquarters are in New York City. Next is Hollywood Park Casino. Card rooms, bingo, and horse race wagering are the only types of gambling legal in California, except for casinos on tribal land, on which slots are allowed. This massive casino is a card game center full of poker and blackjack tables. But you may be wondering, why is the casino here? Well, it has to do with the horse racing bit. Hollywood Park was once home to a horse racing track opened in 1938 that was backed by major film and TV execs at that time. The casino was built to complement the track, which was considered incredibly beautiful. Unfortunately, the track was completely demolished in 2015, since horse racing had fallen out of fashion. Literally, they blew the entire thing up. Why did they blow it up? So they could build this. That's right, SoFi Stadium sits on top of the land that used to be the horse track. While the stretches between the stadiums around the park are very long to walk, the scenery is quite nice. This is a very car-oriented part of the city. Snoop Dogg's recording studio and compound is in Inglewood, and in January 2023, he partnered with Funko to open the Dogg House. Located across the street from Hollywood Park, this is a collectibles store hosting exclusive products from Snoop Dogg Funko Pop figures. Inglewood has been nicknamed the City of Champions. This is because the LA Lakers won the 1972 NBA World Championship, and at the time, their home was Inglewood. Also, 3 Inglewood High School alumni were 1932 Olympics winners. And when you notice the business Inglewood has been seeing from the Super Bowl, Olympics, and other massive artists and events, events, it speaks to a city that has won. We're returning downtown to check out the small business side of things. There is a high concentration of black-owned businesses in Inglewood, including Hilltop Kitchen. In fact, Inglewood is very racially and ethnically diverse. About 90% of its population is black, Hispanic, or Latino. Inglewood's reputation as a mostly African-American community started after the 1965 Watts riots. While many black residents forged a new start in Leimert Park, north of here, many settled here in Inglewood. Around 2000, the area's Latino population surged. Mayor James T. Butts said in an interview with NBC News that the new Inglewood looks like a city of equity for people who have long been written off. A century ago, Inglewood was almost entirely a white suburb. This is the other coffee shop, Sip and Sonder, also on my top 10 in LA. It is more than a coffee shop, but its own event space focused on the local community. Next door is Vegan Soul Food. There are lots of soul food places in this city. This is Inglewood's well-maintained City Hall. Next to that, a few more buildings. Inglewood Courthouse and the Inglewood Public Library. Roscoe's is an LA soul food staple, and famous too. Barack Obama, Snoop Dogg, Stevie Wonder, and Shaquille O'Neal all made visits to the restaurant. Crossing the 405, and what's that in the distance? It's Randy's Donuts, a landmark donut shop since 1952. This is also the site of the infamous scene where Iron Man sits inside the giant donut from Iron Man 2. We've explored some history, but not yet the origins. I'm heading back into a residential area to now show you the birthplace of Inglewood. Welcome to Centinela Adobe, hidden quietly in the neighborhood. This is the oldest building in the area, built in 1834 by Ignacio Machado, the son of one soldier protecting the first settlers of Los Angeles. He built it as a ranch house, and at the time, this land was divided into two rancho grants. In 1873, Daniel Freeman acquired the property and named the town Inglewood after his Canadian hometown. Inglewood was mostly an agricultural community until LAX was built in 1928. After World War II, the city further transformed into an urban center. What we have explored today is a truly incredible showcase of a city's journey. Inglewood is in an exciting time of its history. Let's see how it continues to evolve in the future.
Alright guys, with that we are going to wrap up today's walk. Hope you guys learned a few things about Inglewood today and enjoyed exploring it with me. One of the things about this area is it is pretty isolated from the rest of LA. If you look at it on a map, you'll notice it's not really near other things in LA that you might be coming to visit. But I actually think that works in the city's favor because it encourages you to explore and appreciate the area for what it is, and that helps bolster the identity of, you know, you're in Inglewood as opposed to just being part of the rest of Los Angeles. So I think that kind of gives it a unique angle, and yeah, I always enjoy coming down here to explore a little bit. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next week.